Peace and power, peace and power. I am back. I just want to get in here and make sure that the audio is working on point. The reason why I'm wearing the headphones is because I'm trying to drown out any outside noise. The wind is really blowing down today. And so we're gonna get into it. We are in chapter 8 of the 41 Shades of Men. And so far this book is really good. The chapters are really short and I like it. I was hesitating because when you say 41 chapters, child, I'm thinking to myself, oh Lord, I'm gonna be reading for two years. I don't have that type of time, so we just gonna get right into it. We are in chapter 8. This is by Princella the Queen Maker. Now, chapter 8, The Family Man. The strength of a man is in his character. A strong man is a great man of wisdom who understands his top priority is to his family. And that is a quote by Ellen J. Barrier. The idea of family is cultivated by society. Women are sold on the idea that she needs family, and in order for her to have a family, she needs a man. This is far from accurate. Women have always had family, as children are almost always more connected with their maternal side of the family. Men, however, do not have a connection to family unless he creates a family of his own. The male's ultimate biological drive is to move around and try to find bodies to shoot his DNA into. This is not the female nature. The female nature is to nurture life all around her: plant life, social life, animal life, creative life, business life, etc. The nurturing of life is not limited to child rearing. Because of this nature, she is more stable, stationary, and purposeful. The male, by biology, is likely to leave his childhood family and search for his own family. Again, this is not the case with women. Even when the male does not, Even when the male does create a family, he is faced with the ever daunting task of sticking around and being responsible for his creation. This is not a task men actually want. They don't want it because biological nature encourages them to seek high numbers, procreate, and leave. Before and during World War II, society branded manhood as aggressive, independent, stoic, and competitive. This was not a brand rooted in the nature of males, which did not include being a humanistic, compatible partner for women. Stoicism, in and of itself, is the act of enduring pain and hardship without expressing one's feelings about it or complaining. According to psychiatrist Sebastian Kramer, males are attempting something extra all throughout life. Unlike girls who have better literary skills and more explicit feelings about their feelings, boys tend to clam up when their emotions are high, feel uncomfortable, and not know how they feel. In addition to this impediment, the male has to deal with high levels of testosterone and a pervasive sex drive, which makes it difficult for him to focus, stay still, and control. The responsibility of carrying a family on a male's back is too much pressure due to the biologically wired in deficits. By nature, males are less capable than women in most areas of life, and in the wild, most males fail at surviving. They fail at passing their genes along. They fail without female access. This male reality explains why most religious teachings focus heavily on women staying put and lower themselves to be in relationship with males. Girls are conditioned to believe virginity is a prize. Nature does not support virginity. However, males place a heavy premium on it. Why? Males need to chemically bond a woman to them, which makes her less likely to leave him. Listen to the male podcasters and hear how much the emphasis they place on pair bonding and virginity. The more partners she has, the less likely he can chemically manipulate her. If he can chemically manipulate her, she is more easily conditioned to sacrifice her peace, ambitions, personal desires, mind, physical, and emotional self to keep the family together. She will remain through all of his transgressions. This is done through chemical warfare, subconscious programming through music and philosophy, and virginity allows him to permanently mark his territory. It is innately understood by males they cannot stay put or be responsible without external force. And y'all, let me go on here and I forgot to put the title, so give me a minute. We are reading 41 Shades of Men. We are on chapter 8. Shout out to everybody that went back and replayed any of the previous chapters. And chapter 8 is The Family Man. All right, so we are on chapter 8, The Family Man. Okay, it is innately understood by males that they cannot stay put or be responsible without external force. Women have been led to believe her job is to keep a man, when in reality it is the male's job to keep a woman. However, males have a difficult time doing this because of their nature. Therefore, they need to condition women to tolerate adultery, domestic violence, stress, financial insecurity, etc., for the sake of the male who can't stay put or keep a woman. If this works, a male always has a place which to return. This dramatically increases his survival rate and provides him the reward of passing his gene around over and over again. It's a win-win situation for him. This would not be the case in a fully natural environment. He would perish and no one would save him. Men innately know this, as it is the male's brain wiring. Women don't know this. The male is dependent in this world, left to figure out life on his own. So unless he creates a family of his own, he is without one for most, if not all of his life. Family is an insurance policy for males. Therefore, it is an intent to protect himself from loneliness and lack of health care. This is proven through this episode on my show, the High Powered Podcast. Skip to 105 timestamp to hear it for yourself. So what we're going to do is go over to YouTube. So I'm just putting in the address for the podcast that she references in the book. And we're just looking for the podcast she references in the book. Okay, let's see if the podcast come up. So the podcast did come up. Hold on. Gotta skip through the commercial. We're gonna go to 105 timestamp, what she recommended. We're gonna pause it and I'm gonna share the screen.
Home, and because I really want to open one, so me and her always talking back and forth about little stuff. And she was saying that the population in one of her nursing homes in New York, I think she was like, it's men between the ages of 47 to like 58.
All right, let's stop there. 47 to 58. The age is 47 to 58. Okay? That's young. That's young. I'm 36. Okay? 47? That means it was born in about 74 years, 1974. That's not old. Let's keep going.
And some like what you said in the comments. And I was like, I wonder why. She said a lot of them never took care of their kids. So they end up getting real sick, stroke, heart attacks, or whatever, and they can't function. So they had to go to nursing homes because they didn't do right.
Let me stop right there. This is why you need to be a good father.
All right, let's stop right there. He said, let's stop right there. And I'm saying, let's stop after he say his first thing. Why am I stopping him? Because he said, that's why. See, this is why, explaining the reason why a man need to be in his kid's life. He ain't telling these people to be in their kid's life because you want to see your child become the best version of themselves. You want your child to have the best opportunity by having a father that cares about them there. That's not why you telling them to be a part of their kids' lives. You're telling them that this is the reason why you need to be a part of your kid's life so that they can have an insurance policy, right? Because the woman say, they didn't take care of their kids. They got sick and now they in a nursing home. And then you say this is why you need to be in your kid's life. So that way, when you get sick, at least since you was there, your kids will come back and look after you. It's selfish. It ain't got a damn thing to do with him actually giving a fuck about his kids, but more about himself and needing an insurance policy to use. Go back to the definition of use. To take as a means of accomplishing a purpose or achieving a result. What is he taking? He is taking the time away from the children, right? With his purpose of having them take care of him when he gets sick. Use. So you telling these men that they need to use their kids as insurance policies. Next. Let's continue to, what else you got to say?
And treat your kids right. It doesn't even matter if you got a crazy baby mama. There's laws, to fight against her. There's lawyers that can help assist you in fighting her. Is no excuse for you not to have a relationship with your children. And she's right. Those children is going to be the one that's going to have to look after you if something happens to you.
Right. So to make sure that he was saying exactly what I thought he was saying, he doubled down on it. It's the kids that's going to make sure that's going to be looking after you. So you ain't taking care of the kids with the intent of giving those kids the best chance at life, right? By having a father that care about them. You telling them to stay in their kids' lives so when he gets sick, he'll have somebody wiping his ass. But he will say that he is exceptional man, right? But you think just like the rest of them. Let's continue.
If you have no relationship with your son, no relationship with your daughter or daughters or sons or whatever, and listen, we're not impervious. Today, you may feel like, you feel like 1,000%, but something could happen to you.
Again, doubling down on the insurance policy. Something can happen to you. So you better be in your kid's life in case something happened to you so they can come to your rescue. That's the message. He done doubled down on it 3 times.
Now, let me continue this because she's going to bring up some other points.
They wanted, and my mom has sent me this story of this man. My mom always sending me TikToks. So I don't know if nobody else, but I got some people that y'all, I be up in the middle of the night with the cover over me looking at all the TikToks they be sending me. Well, my mama sent me this TikTok of this man saying, I never thought I was going to be sick. I'm just 45. And
I never thought I was going to be sick. I'm just 45. I never thought, listen to me, ladies. I need you to hear me real good. Men want to tell you that they leaders. They want to convince you that they are leaders. But here you have a whole 45-year-old man that said, I never thought. You never used your brain to look into the future and plan your steps. But that's what leaders do. They plan their steps and they move with intention. They move with purpose. But you say, I never thought. I know y'all don't never think. I know you don't never think about a single damn thing that come out your goddamn mouth. You move without purpose, right? And you think that you're immortal. And then you want women to feel sorry for you. You want women to take you serious when you don't even take yourself serious. If you don't take care of yourself, if you live in your body, that's your body. If you don't care about your own body, how on earth do you expect a man to care about you, women? Ladies, how is he gonna give a fuck about you when he don't care about himself? They are showing you that they don't put no energy, time, energy, or effort into themselves, but you want them to put it into you. It ain't gonna happen. They don't even value the self. I never thought. The majority of them never think.
I'm sick, and I've been a player my whole life, so I ain't never think I needed a wife to take care of me.
Listen to her. Did you hear what he said? She said that he said, I've been a player my whole life. I never thought that I needed a wife to take care of me. I need. Definition of need. Let me give you the definition of need.
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money on takeout every week. Done.
I'm getting back on track.
I don't think so. All right, so y'all just heard that from the horse's mouth. When we're looking around nowadays, the homes, the care homes are filling up with our brothers. It is our brothers that end up mostly in these homes, and if they have not done right by their children or the women in their lives, then they end up in these homes being cared for by strangers. And honestly, ain't nothing wrong with that if that's where you want your life to be at near the end. I just personally would rather be around my loved ones. That's just me. Now, on this episode, we had Philip Scott, another YouTuber, told his male audience that men are going into nursing homes as early as 40 years old, and they need to get a woman and a family so that they will have someone to take care of them when they get sick and old. Now, how you can identify if you're a potential insurance policy for a male, you would check his health history. It is a red flag if he has no record of regularly seeing his primary care physician. This will leave you to be his primary care provider and waste tons of energy trying to get him to take care of himself. If he won't care for himself, when selfishness is his nature, why would he care for you? Now, if he does have a record of going but has serious health concerns, you should avoid him like the plague. And if he has no immediate family and lives a solo life, this solo life can become a strain on a man, and this may motivate him to create a family. Bonus check. Check his philosophical beliefs and beliefs of family and a woman's place in it. My advice, always remember that the intent of a male is selfish, not selfless, and you must always look out for your own best interest. So if you want a family and decide to deal with a family man, always keep in mind that the male chooses women based on the need he wants her to fulfill. When his needs change, his woman changes. So protect your own self-interest, even with a family man. So this was a good chapter because in this, You don't want to be like me. I didn't know about the family man, they interest changing and all that. You just never know. Me personally, I got married to a stranger. Shout out to my ex-husband. He's still an ex-husband. He's still a good man, child. Nobody's perfect. You can't go around looking for perfection in people, because people have what we would call imperfections. No person is perfect, right? But in that, you want somebody that's solid. I didn't know that men have a need in it, but I do know that my ex-husband wanted a son. If not anything else, wanted children. We both did. And so, like she said, if you go into it, with your best interest in mind. The other thing is I don't feel like it's a waste of time. Some women do. I'm naturally a giver. I just advise that if you are a giver, you seek out somebody who is a giver as well. You don't want to be stuck in a marriage or a family with somebody who's just not giving back. They just taking. And then you end up giving. I do natural herbs. And so if he has a bunch of conditions, as long as he's open and willing to do the natural herbs, I'm there for it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's a waste of time. I pour in anyway. I just need that pouring back. That's what I had to realize. I need somebody pouring back into me. I can't do the pour, and then my cup empty and dry, baby. You gone. No, thank you. So that was the chapter 8 on Family Man. We're gonna get out of here because we're going on to chapter 9. Catch y'all in the next chapter. Peace and power.